20 carries for 144. Vic has 15 carries for 94. Something unusual happened to Ken O'Brien today. He got intercepted.
Yeah.
O'Brien had gone 211 passes without being intercepted, challenging the record held by Bart Starr of the Green Bay Packers. There's Frank Gans, the head coach of the Chiefs. And Joe Walton. First down, New York. O'Brien over the middle. Al Toon trying to get out of bounds and does at the 49-yard line of Kansas City at a minute 53 seconds remaining in the OT. Deron Cherry ran him out of bounds after a 13-yard pickup.
And they put so many men in that secondary. You figure this is the man they really would be looking at, Al Toon. Big, powerful, fights to get to the outside, and does. Don't need much yardage, Merle. It's getting exciting again for the Jets and for Kansas City.
And Leahy is getting cranked up. By the way, if you're wondering how many passes did Bart Starr throw without being intercepted, 294. Minute 53 to play of the OT, tied at 17. Toon just couldn't find the handle on it. He was covered by Deron Cherry, the free safety. There he is, number 20.
You can make a package of isolates on number 88. And the wet ball came into play there. He doesn't miss them often.
Minute 49 remaining in this ball game now, or in the overtime. O'Brien 23 of 42, 243 yards, 1 interception. In the overtime, he's 5 out of 6. Second down. Time. Caught by tight end Billy Griggs. He can get up and run. Nobody touched him. He tries to get the first down. He's inside the 40. Looks like he might be just a hair short. Neil Smith, 90, the defensive end, and Kevin Ross, 31, the cornerback, on the hit.
They're probably not going to do this, but watching the way this Jet team is playing in Kansas City, a quick screen. And we talked about Freeman McNeil and the outstanding day he had, and defensively the outstanding day that Gastineau has had. Well, it's between Freeman and Mickey and Mark. You have 3 balls.
The Jets want to get closer. McNeil, they're going right up the middle to stay right in line with the goalpost. Kansas City recovered the fumble. That's the one thing that we were thinking about when I just asked you the question. Do you go for the field goal now, or do you take the chance?
You go for the field goal. There was no choice. I mean, you know, you could try to eat up 38 seconds, but why? I mean, that defense could have held for 38 seconds. Big break for Kansas City.
And McNeil loses the football, and Joe Walton about to lose his mind over there as Burroughs recovers this fumble on Freeman McNeil. And so all of a sudden, with 38 seconds left, it appears the Chiefs are not going to lose this ball game. They may not win it, but it sure looked like the whole setup was coming for them to lose it. Don't forget to stay tuned now for the closing ceremonies. Soul and Frank Gans says, hey, we'll take it. He wants to win, but a tie is better than a loss at this stage. Saxon and Hurd are the running backs. Now Kansas City's got to hold on to the ball as DeBerg will go up the middle at the 30. Connects with Stephon Page. And it's a first down, and timeout is called for Kansas City, and there are 32 seconds left. Stephon Page's first catch of the day. We were wondering when he would be heard from. He has been heard from. The closing ceremonies of the Olympic Games seen in its entirety from Seoul right after the football game here on NBC.
Well, you know, noticing the speed of Carlos Carson earlier against Hasty or just about anywhere. Very deceptively fast.
Al Toon getting some medical attention. 32 seconds remaining in the overtime. We are tied at 17. We'll be right back. For Kansas Kansas City today, 317 yards. The big key to this ball game for the Jets, I think, even though they owned the game in the first half, but the way Kansas City came on the second half and the way the Jets had to rally. How about Schuler? What a day. Record day.
Absolutely. Put him in position to score it. The unfortunate fumble by Freeman down there. A big break for Kansas City. 32 seconds.
And Schuler with 11 catches, 142 yards. And Lowry still hoping that DeBerg can get him close enough for a big shot. Up the middle. It is intercepted in midfield by Bobby Humphrey. And the Jets have the ball at 25 seconds to play. Emil Harry, 86, was the intended receiver, and now the Jets will have a chance.
Well, you know, you talk about the thing that you at least wanted the Jets to have happen to the Jets, and that was a fumble, and they did it. And then the interception was the one thing that really would have hurt Kansas City, and it did.
And DeBerg is intercepted for the second time today. Joe Walton says, hey, we got a shot. And the Jets do have a shot. 25 seconds. Bobby Humphrey, the AFC Defensive Player of the Month for September, and I'll tell you what he did. He had 16 tackles in September, 2 quarterback sacks, 1 quarterback pressure, 10 passes defended, and 2 fumble recoveries. And that's why he was named as the AFC Defensive Player of the Month in September. O'Brien, 1st and 10. Far side, 2. Out of bounds. 43-yard line of Kansas City. Ross had the coverage and 20 seconds remain. And the rain has all but stopped. Very light mist falling.
Well, we've got the situation for a hero. Is it going to be Toon? How about Mickey Schuler with the day that Merle just described? Johnny Hector's in the game. Also another good receiver.
Leahy's longest kick this year is 47 yards. The highest, or the longest kick of his career, a 55-yarder a few years ago. Toon comes to the right side. And Kurt Stone in the slot right. Second down short. O'Brien to Schuler. It is tipped away. A fine defensive play by Kevin Porter, number 27, the safety man, the rookie from Auburn. And the clock shows 15 seconds in the overtime. Score tied at 17 all.
And that was a fine defensive play by Kevin. It was almost there, and that would have been just too much to ask, even of Mickey Schuler. Can they get the field, the necessary yardage? They need about 12, 15 yards to do it.
The Jets have rolled for 534 yards total offense today. 15 seconds left. Looked like they had the game well in control at halftime. But the Chiefs, to their credit, really came back strong. O'Brien caught by Schuler at the 35. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And did O'Brien, the flag goes down. O'Brien slammed that ball into the ground. Another flag goes up. No time showing on the clock. But the game can't end on a defensive penalty. Ben Dryth discussing it with his fellow officials. The Jets couldn't call a timeout. They had none remaining. We wait. Joe Walton waits. Frank Gans waits. Somebody, that's Frank Gans, somebody is going to be very disappointed here in a second or so. And, of course, Leahy continues to wait. Illegal procedure against the offense. Put 2 seconds on the clock, I believe, is what he is saying, isn't he? Or is he? Or maybe he is saying illegal procedure, Ben Dryth said. And Leahy is on the field. I mean, he's got nothing to lose here.
Absolutely.
Mickey Schuler has caught 12 passes for 152 yards today, and Freeman McNeil has going 22 carries for 153 yards. But boy, what a day Carlos Carson and Steve DeBerg have had for Kansas City. This will be a 52-yard field goal attempt if we get it done. There's still no time, according to the clock. All right, let's go back and look. 7 seconds showing on the clock. That's a little bit too well, from the 42, making it a 52-yard effort by Leahy. It's been a long time since he's popped one more than 50 yards.
And it looks like the rain has subsided a bit, and that is cooperating.
I don't know how this thing's going to end up, but I'll tell you what. I got to take my hat off to the Kansas City Chiefs, the way they came roaring back in the fourth quarter.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, what are they going to decide? Game's over? Game's over. Well, that settles the issue, doesn't it? So Ben Dryce says, we're going to end this thing in a 17-all tie because we don't have any time left. Joe Walton comes out and says, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have some time left. But the issue has been settled because both teams are leaving the field. And this game ends in a 17-all tie in overtime as both teams had shots. Leahy missed a field goal wide to the right. And it was really very long for his range. And it was a driving rain that was taking place at the time. So you can't fault Leahy for missing that one. Also, the Chiefs came back. They had a shot, but they just couldn't put any points on the board.
Well, it was an interesting way to end our 4-game return career. 17-17 tie and a little controversy. Joe is a little annoyed, and there's Mickey Schuler. What a day he's had.
Well, here's the countdown. Watch the time. There was the snap, and now see, O'Brien picked it up and threw it into the ground, and the flags went up. And after much discussion, that was it. So the game ends in a 17-all tie in a wild second half and in an overtime period. So the Jets and the Chiefs kind of wind up today with sort of a little thud. The game was not decided. No decision. We'll be back right after these messages from your local station.
This broadcast has been a presentation of
Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Delta Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows.
Candlestick Park, San Francisco. A beautiful football Sunday. It's sunny in the mid-70s. No appreciation.